earth is on fire. We don't have no daughter. Let the motherfucker burn.
Hello and welcome to Critical Strike 97. I'm Josh, and here with me is Kyle.
Hi.
And Billy.
Why aren't you on Google?
We're all hungry, we are all tired. Our tongues, they are all on fire. The walls that we build are higher, higher, higher. Strange days lead to strange nights. You aren't afraid of the dark, 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 dark. When it's where you walk, 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 walk. When it's where you live to die.
What do you mean, why aren't I on Google?
Google Chat or Spaces or whatever the hell you're talking about.
I'm on Google Circles.
Google Plus.
Remember
Google
that?
Hangouts. That's what it was.
Remember that thing, Google Plus?
Don't you love their new eyepiece? Is basically just the reinventing of the douchey Bluetooth. I love it.
The new what?
A new eyepiece camera thing this week.
I have no idea what. I didn't see that.
Google Glass.
Google Glass.
Google, really? Google Glass?
Yep.
Because it's not glasses. It's just one side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen something about that. Yeah, I want that tablet.
Yeah, that tablet's pretty dope.
Tablet.
Yeah, the new tablet with Jelly Bean.
The Nexus one.
Nope.
Why are we talking about tablets at the very beginning of the show? We should be like, oh my god, we're doing a podcast.
Well, I thought we agreed that we're going to alienate people faster now.
Oh, Kyle, you're a bitch.
Oh, okay. I hate Jews and black people.
No,
Too far.
too far. Now I gotta bleep
Sorry,
that out.
Outlaws.
You don't have to bleep it out. Clearly he's joking.
No, dude, this is Kyle, the most miserable bastard in the world.
We all know who that is.
Now I gotta bleep
Outlaws.
that out.
What, he likes baked goods.
That's
completely
the
miserable.
only thing he likes.
He likes messing with Kurutashi.
That's true. That's true. Our fan base, we have one miserable bastard on the show, and then another miserable bastard listener. That's great.
We should have a miserable bastard podcast where all we do is just
That's what we
commiserate.
should do, Bill. We should put Kyle and him on the show together, and then you and I just back away slowly.
Having technical difficulties. You guys carry the show.
What the fuck is your problem, man? God.
Let me
I
tell you about
don't know.
Nintendo.
You don't need a fucking second stick. The PSP proved that.
All I care about is fucking Pokemon and baked goods. Give me a baked good Pokemon. Be fucking delicious.
I did read that somewhere where someone said the PSP proved you don't need the second stick because the first one was a success. They add a stick and it's a failure. Logic's right there, buddy.
That's mean.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Kyle, what have you been playing?
no,
What?
Bill,
I'm just kidding.
any interesting stories in the last few weeks? Anything. Like, Kyle, I know you got stabbed. I want to know about the stabbing.
Oh yeah, no, I was doing the dishes, and Nancy comes up behind me and she goes, "Hey, could you wash this?" So I turn my hand, and it's a butcher's knife, and she stabs me in the hand. Like, she's motioning to put the knife in my hand, and then she stabs me.
That wasn't as interesting as I pictured it in my mind.
Well, the story started off really sexy. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to get cool, and then she just cut you.
Yeah, and then she just stabbed me in the freaking hand.
Did
that
she
was,
laugh and then walk away, or did she feel bad?
She laughed at first, and then she felt really, really, really bad.
And then she punched you in the throat.
Nah, I bet you she washed it.
The knife or the cut?
Both.
You can't get blood on this knife, Kyle!
She didn't do either. I washed the cut, and then I washed the knife.
Such a good wife, Kyle.
I know.
I'm sorry, I have a friend in the office. That's my catchphrase for him. Such a good wife, buddy. Way to do it, she says. Such a good wife. Ah.
Okay, so that story was anticlimactic, and I'm now disappointed.
Yep.
Is there anything else that happened with you guys in the last couple
No.
weeks?
Not at all.
Oh, this is what happened. So, it's been hot recently, so the windows have been unrolled. And, I've been listening to some... Well, rolled down.
Yeah.
You know what I
gotcha.
mean, Bill.
Yeah.
So, I'm listening to some music on the phone. It's kind of going through the car speakers a little loud. I'm singing along.
Oh, windows.
Yeah, car windows. So it happens to be Fuck Her Gently by Tenacious D.
What?
And I'm belting it out next to, on the driver's side was a younger mom with like 2 or 3 kids in the back. And then the other one was a very old couple, also with their windows rolled down. So I'm just happily singing Fuck Her Gently. And then I kind of look to my left and my right. I'm like, this is awkward.
Wow.
Yep.
Did either of them do anything?
Well, the old woman on my right was just kind of looking at me, mouth agape. And then the mother on my left was giving me the death glare.
Really? I thought she would have been like, mm-hmm.
No, because I overheard the child in the back ask her, Mommy, what's bawling mean?
Why? Why do you get yourself in these situations?
Because I'm oblivious to my surroundings.
You think you would have learned after the no shirt and cut off jean shorts and the
Let's hear it
pockets
from the
hanging
boy.
out with the music, that maybe you should be more aware of your surroundings, but no,
No.
not at all.
Nope.
You're still dumb.
Yep.
That's that's priceless. All right. Well, that was a pretty good story, Kyle. I like that one.
I was singing it pretty well up until that point, too.
And then you just felt shamed.
I was just like, roll up the windows.
He just speeds off. I can just picture you just slam on your brakes just to get away from him.
I was at a light. I couldn't go anywhere.
Just goes through the light. You just yell, "Fuck it, we're doing it live."
Played some golf. That was about it.
Sweet.
I'm so disappointed by the stabbing story, though. I was building it up in my mind for like 2 weeks.
Well, obviously it wasn't that bad because you didn't get a twit pic of me in the hospital.
Yeah, that's true. With your dress socks on.
Yeah. Dress socks and dress shoes because I like to keep it classy.
Doc, patch me up.
What happened? I fell.
Did she hit you? Did she hit you?
Excuse me, miss. Can you leave the room for a minute? What really happened? I fell down the stairs. How did you stab yourself falling down the stairs? I'm clumsy. Oh, God. I love her
There's
so
a nail
much.
sticking up.
I was cleaning her knives. She has so many knives.
And then the cop goes up, "Ma'am, we need you to come with us for a minute." Oh, she's like, "I will get you, Kyle!
Fuck are you, Kyle?
Fuck are you, Kyle? I know where you live! You big, hairy man!"
Why is she Asian or Spanish?
Yeah, how is that not more improper than him saying he hates Jews? Oh, man.
Me bake you into cupcake! And outlaws eat you.
You guys have been hanging out with Pop or some shit.
Oh,
Faggot.
I got something to tell you later, Josh, that you'll like.
Why don't you tell us now, Kyle?
Well, because it's related to Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, so why don't we go right into games then? Because really nothing has been interesting
Yeah.
lately. Kyle, what's up with you? You been playing some
I've
games
been playing a
lately?
few games. So, Paul, our resident German,
I like how we both said the same exact thing.
he and his wife, they got their Super Nintendos back from their parents' house, and they had about like 60 games. So that night, he and I and his friend Scott, we were all drinking, and we started playing...
Of course.
What?
Of course.
Yeah. We were playing that Super Mario game for the SNES that had all of the previous Mario games in it.
Super Mario All-Stars.
Yeah, that's it.
You fucking retard.
I never had an SNES, and I forgot what it was called. So we started playing that, and we started playing the For Real Mario 2, which is the Lost Levels here. And we spent about 6 hours breaking our balls trying to beat that game.
It's not that hard, Kyle.
No, well,
It kind of is.
we were doing okay until the very last castle, and then it was really fucking hard. But it was just funny how it just kind of brought you back to 20 years ago when it's you and your friends and you just pass the controller around. Because that's what would happen. We die, pass the controller to the next person.
Yeah.
They go until they die, they passed it around. You did not
There is
break
that.
rotation.
There, like, even when I went up to the Classic Arcade tournament, like, you're in an arcade with people, like, there is a completely different feeling playing games with others. And, like, you know, everybody plays online, but you're lacking that interaction.
Yeah, it's just, it felt good because I hadn't played a game like that in so long.
It's refreshing.
It is. And
I remember watching my friend play through, like, 6 hours of Final Fantasy VI. And when he finally, like, died, I took over and kept going. So, like, that's the stuff that you miss. Just hang out, order a pizza, play some games.
Yep.
I still do that with one of my buddy Tyson's. I have the new Need for Speed sitting here waiting for a night that he comes over, and that's what we do. Just throw
Let's
the
be
controller
honest,
back and
Bill,
forth.
you have no friends.
Yes, true. My only friend is my knife, and I'm the one that cut Kyle.
Don't forget your dogs.
No, he beats
That's
them.
true.
Well, he
No,
beats
I don't
one of
beat
them.
I'm pretty happy with him. The older one finally cut her first rabbit.
Yeah, that was
Been a
so
good week
weird.
for her.
I'm sitting here. What was I? I was playing a game or something, and my phone fucking beeps. So I pick up my phone. There's a picture of a dog with a rabbit in its neck, and I was like, what is going on here?
You sent me a message. That's what was happening at that moment. Sharing my life with you, buddy.
Did you make Coney stew?
No, it took me about an hour for her to get it to finally drop it enough to where I could get her away from it, and then I just took the axe to its neck and chucked it over the fence.
Rabbit's pretty good, Bill.
I had it last year. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But
remember
not
the-
wild, mangy, flea-ridden rabbit that lives under my woodpile. Yeah.
Why you gotta be so racist against rabbits?
Well,
Now I gotta beep that too.
the funny part, though, is that apparently it was like a mother. And so now there's just this little fist-sized baby rabbit that fearfully steps out, sort of. And now the dogs just have that bloodlust for that thing. And at some point it'll be too far out, and that'll be the end of that one, too.
That's sad.
That
Not
is
really. It's
sad.
the way of nature. Fuck it.
Now I feel sad.
Now you're gonna be killing baby rabbits. Do you want that blood on your hand, Bill?
Yeah, I probably will when I throw it over the fence.
That's
what you
really
should do
messed
is
up.
go back and get the mother and feed the mother to the child.
Nah. Well, you gotta consider if you ate meat today on a pizza or a sandwich, those animals died in much more terror in a worse place than that rabbit will. So consider
Well,
that.
Not really, because the death of
Really?
that rabbit was a long, drawn-out affair. The cow that I eat just got a little metal rod through its brain, and then that was it.
After upwards of hours of waiting in fear in a scary, loud metal place as it slowly takes its steps to the blast zone.
I think I'm going to become a vegetarian.
Yeah. Never go to a butcher shop or a killing floor, slaughterhouse. Changes your opinion of things.
Didn't change mine.
I still eat meat. I like cows. It's good.
Didn't change mine.
And because meat is delicious.
So yeah, Super Mario All-Stars, the last levels, it's a really good game. It's
Yeah.
tough.
It was really tough. And it was a definite sense of accomplishment that we actually beat it.
Yeah.
But, goddamn, I don't want to play that game for a while.
No.
So you like the Doki Doki Panic Mario 2 instead?
Well, that's just what I grew up with.
Yeah. No, that's what I grew up with. You didn't grow up with that one. Fuck you.
What? I grew up with that. Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Anyway, so I forgot that two important things launched Wednesday, one being Dawnguard and the other one being the extended cut of Mass Effect.
What is Dawnguard? I saw that, and
It's
I didn't want to Google
the
it.
expansion to Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Okay, no longer interested. Move on.
You get to be a vampire.
There's vampires.
No longer interested. Move on.
Fuck you, you were just streaming your PS3 and you have a vampire background.
That was Cole from fucking Infamous.
It's still Vampire Twilight shit.
It's Cole. He's a badass and he shoots
Oh,
electricity.
vampires, even though it's my background.
It's fucking Cole.
You get to turn it. Anyway, I'll get into Mass Effect 3 and then I'll talk about Dawnguard. So, Mass Effect 3, the ending, the extended cut, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I totally called it. And it was just pretty much a slideshow going, and the Krogans did this, and he became the state senator.
Spoilers.
It was like the end of, the fuck's that movie called?
Nacho
Animal
Libre?
House. Yeah.
Where it just like shows you a portrait of someone and what they've been up to. But it did tie loose ends together. It shows what actually happened instead of just ending. So, it didn't make up for how terrible the ending was. It was good overall.
Well, I finally, since it came out, I might give it a shot when I finish what I'm playing now. So it shipped from GameFly yesterday.
Yeah.
So we'll see at some point.
Yeah.
Just think, Josh.
Another
so
5
many
episodes
more
of Mass Effect talk.
discussions.
Fuck my life.
It won't be so bad.
It's always bad when you talk about Mass Effect.
No, it's not. It's awesome.
I mean, I'm tired of Skyrim. We've been talking about Skyrim since November.
Yeah, because Skyrim is awesome. And you just love dick houses.
I've moved on from the dick.
Remember the dick houses, Josh. Remember.
Let us forget the dick house.
Remember the dick house!
The dick house is not one of my greatest achievements in life.
So, isn't your production company Dick House Productions or something like that? Isn't that what you put all your videos under?
No, that's the Jackass people. Remember Bill found that he went and watched the Jackass video and...
It was Dick House with like a rainbow and a rooster.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, you fucking retard. God, I can't wait for Nancy to stab you again.
So
No, she doesn't seem like a stabber. She seems like a cutter.
No,
Yeah.
she's a stabber. She's a stabber. But
Was there a
Dawnguard...
twist?
No, she didn't twist, but if she was doing it on purpose, there would have been a twist.
She was doing it on purpose.
A slight kiss on your neck as she pulls it out.
Yeah.
God, wouldn't it be great if someone pegged you as like a cutter and you have this whole intervention, then you have to admit that she's actually the cutter, but she uses you instead? Like you lift up your shirt and it's just all these little razor cuts.
And she's like, I feel relief when Kyle bleeds.
He's my ultimate stress relief. I just feel so much better when I'm watching him in pain.
I am releasing Kyle's essence.
Anyway, Dawnguard, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It does a lot
I'm
of
surprised you
interesting
bought it.
things with the mechanics. Like when you're a vampire, you get a completely different new set of skills. Gameplay is drastically different. So it automatically sticks you in the third person, and you have all of these vampire powers that you get by sucking the life out of other people. And when you suck the life out of enough people, you get a talent point which you can invest in a vampire-specific tree. So you can do things like turn into a mist or turn into a swarm of bats. You can use like the suggestion powers to make people your ally. You can summon gargoyles.
I thought turning into a vampire in these games was bad.
Yeah, there's these guys called the Dawnguard that really don't like vampires.
Well, like even in Skyrim before this, wasn't it bad to become a vampire?
Well,
Were they in the game before this?
yes,
I thought
they
you
were.
came across them at that one point, that one cave that you went down.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
The vampire that you could become in the game before this and the vampire that you become after this are drastically different. And instead of
Okay.
just being like some sort of like pale-face guy,
Like a Twilight guy?
yeah, you actually turn into like a half-man, half-bat thing. And you like float across the ground.
Would you say you're Batman?
I'd say you're more of a man-bat.
I'd like to sell these items.
Swear to me! But, fuck,
Was
I
it
forgot where
worth
I was
the
going
money?
with
I mean,
this. I
what's
got
the
distracted.
Was it worth the money?
Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, I've been playing it for like 6 hours now.
Interesting.
So it's a bunch of new content. It's a bunch of new abilities. It's a new area. It's what an expansion should be.
Cool.
So
Now, does this completely fuck your old game save? So you need to save that one so you can
Nope.
come back to your old progress?
Nope.
You're just permanently Batman?
I don't know yet. I imagine you have at some point, like if you're a werewolf, you have the ability to remove the werewolf curse. So you probably have some ability to remove the vampire thing.
Interesting. I bet it involves cutting.
Probably.
That's
being
cool.
miserable.
Is it like an island like their old school ones, or is this just...
Yeah,
there's all
actually,
this-
you do go to an island. So it's a tiny little island with this castle of old 1,000-year-old vampires in it.
Can you go back to the old world?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally, if you go to the world map, it's just this tiny little island next to Solitude.
That's cool.
How WoW does their islands.
Okay.
In the expansion. So it just appears there.
Poof. We found an island.
I also played Dragon's Dogma. I got that yesterday through Gamefly.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that you were even interested in the game.
I was. I got really interested when I saw it at PAX.
Yeah.
And it's fun so far. I'm not terribly far into it. But I really, really like how there's just a race of just slaves.
Yeah, the pawns.
The pawns.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, they're basically slaves. And
they're
they go
stupid.
They go out of their way to say, yeah, they're like humans, but they don't have souls, so it's okay for you to, like, hurt them and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I've actually used the pawns to take a boulder for me.
Yeah.
So I just like, hey, pawns, go over there and just use your bodies to stop this boulder that's about to roll on me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been playing this as well, so I might as well jump in, but...
Can you make them dig their own graves and then put them in it?
No.
That would be awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sure if they had the ability to dig graves, then yes, you could do it.
Wow, that'd be cool.
I think the most interesting aspect about the whole
Pawn.
I was about to call them slaves, but I wanted to call them their real name. The pawns is, so you get to make your own pawn, and then you get to whore out that pawn online, and people can pick up your pawn and then use it in their game, and then they send it off to you and they give you a gift.
Yeah, and then also any quest that they did with your pawn, the pawn comes back with knowledge of those quests, so when you go to do them, it'll know what to do.
Interesting.
So you pretty much pimp out your hoard off pawn, and you're rewarded.
And
And so,
because
like-
I'm on your guys' friends list, I can rent your pawns for free, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
are you on Xbox or are you on PlayStation?
PlayStation. Because I figured this would be a game that everybody'd have on the PlayStation.
Yep, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm like using Pete's pawn, and I think like Kirbatashi's or somebody else's, but which it's nice because, like, well, for one, they don't shut the fuck up because they have all this knowledge, which kind of drives me crazy.
That's what fucking pisses me off, is they don't shut up, and it's old English.
Yeah. Where ye art the west
There
travels.
might be aught in that cask.
Yeah. We will route them in a single charge.
And they say the same things over and over again, which is really pissing me off.
And I don't know if you've gotten to the point where you can sit down and alter their personality.
Oh god, that's the best fucking thing is, so you go into an inn, and then there's a slave chair that you sit them in, and then you forcefully alter their personality.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, you tell them how they're going to be. It's like it gives you a bunch of questions, and by you answering the questions, you're altering how they are. Like how they'll talk, how they'll do this, how, you know, like... So, but it doesn't work. So, like, I told mine basically, shut the fuck up, and he keeps talking. Or she, I should
Now
say.
you know how Nancy feels.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that
So-
supposed to mean?
Why do you think she stabbed you, Kyle?
I like that they embrace the idea of slavery completely. It's kind of neat.
They don't implicitly say, yeah, they're a slave. They just go, yeah, you could pretty much do whatever you want.
Yep. Like that one that Pete took his and threw him off of a cliff just because he felt like it.
You that's what's fun is you can leap up onto stuff and you can pick anything up. So when I found that out, I spent 5 minutes grabbing buckets and throwing them at people.
Yeah, I went to jail a few times because I just grabbed this random citizen and threw them down. And I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but the game has a lot of cool little systems too. Like, I don't know how deep you've gone with it, Kyle, but like, the way the classes work in this.
I
So, like-
haven't multi-classed yet, or changed
Yeah.
my class, but I know that that's a possibility.
Right, so it doesn't like stop you from saying like, okay, I'm an archer. I want to become a battle mage now. So you select battle mage and you start leveling that up. And like, you're actually expected to learn skills from each class and then switch back and forth for certain, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So it gets pretty deep with how it handles classes and stuff.
Huh.
And same thing with pawns. You know, you level them up as you go, and you give them skills, and you
Yeah.
can change what they're doing. And
So there's the 3 basic classes: the fighter, the archer, or the fighter, the thief, and the mage.
yep. And then fighter, archer, thief, mage.
No,
'Cause
there's just 3.
No, because I picked archer as my first one. Basically, ranger in a way.
Yeah, they call them striders. They have bows and they have daggers.
Yeah, which isn't thief.
Well, that's the class that it's.
And then that expands, so I can pick like battle mage and other ones.
Okay.
So we'll just move
Well,
on.
I'm just saying that it's the role-playing triumvirate. You have your fighter,
Oh,
you have
dear
your thief,
God.
and then you have your caster.
If I was there, I would stab you right now.
Probably.
So, are you enjoying the story? Are you following it? Because that has been one of the things people haven't been too hot on. Is
I
it just
can
the
see
gameplay you like?
it's not going to be too. It's not going to be a fucking bombshell like, oh my god, story. It's just going to be like, nah, whatever.
Yeah,
There
I'm
is
not-
trouble in these lands, deal.
I'm not really following the story too much. I'm just going from quest to quest because it's nice. Like the area is so fucking open.
Yeah,
It's a lot like, you know, in that regard, Skyrim. It's basically like Japan's version of Skyrim.
that's exactly what I was thinking of how it was.
It's just like, I was discussing it with Pete, like, in the U.S., like, the Western developers concentrate so much on the world and the story and everything else, and like, what they've done with the Western RPGs in Japan is they're developing all the systems. So, like I said, like, the class setup and the pawn setup, and so it goes a little bit deeper. It's a nice setup, but it's so open, like, there's cliffs everywhere, and there's
Yeah.
water, and it's pretty insane. Rather than just, like, a mountain here in Skyrim.
And the world's a decent size.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty big.
massive.
And there's no quick travel until much later in the game,
Yeah, I was looking for that. I'm like, god damn it, I have to fucking walk everywhere.
which I don't mind though. In that game, I actually do not mind walking because it's not like everything is so far away.
Yeah, but what's irritating, it's when you're walking, I believe there's a structure over that hill.
Yeah.
Look out, there's a goblin.
There was one quest. Did you do that quest where you have to escort?
The lady?
No. I had like a caravan.
Yeah, when you have the head
Sure.
of the Hydra.
And you're going through some caverns and
Yeah.
stuff, and like harpies are dropping rocks on you and shit. Well,
Yeah,
that
fuck
quest can go
harpies.
fuck itself because the real bad thing about that game is the way it handles like checkpoints and everything else. So I failed it like 3 times.
You failed it?
Yeah. And you have to start over at the very beginning. So I was like right near the end. And I did something stupid like you know how you can kick the caravan to make it speed up? I did
I
that and it
didn't
ran
know
over
that.
me. Yeah, if you can kick it so it would speed up, but if you were like right in front of it when you did it, it would run over you and hurt you.
Huh.
And so I hit the wrong button and I kicked it and it ran over me. And, so I failed, but I was right near the end. Well, I had to start over from the beginning again. So it's like you had to get to a certain point and save the game yourself to save your progress.
Yeah. The combat, and it's really fun. Like, some of the stuff that you can do, like, when there's a boss, you can, like, grab onto it if it's a massive one, you can crawl up it and just start stabbing it.
But then there's some where they throw a little loop in there where it will actually react to you climbing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've got to that. There's a troll we have to fight.
Yeah, the one eye, 2 tusks guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you would climb up on his back and start stabbing him, and then he would just jump in the air and land on his back, crushing you.
I
And you're
just, I hung around on his leg because that made him not move.
Yeah, well, I went all the way up on his, like, head and started stabbing him. Next thing I know, he's jumping in the air. I was like, this is not going to end well. And it says, game over. And I was like, oh, fuck.
So there's also harpies. They're flying enemies, and what you can do is you can jump up in the air and grab onto their legs and weigh them down, so your pawns can just start mobbing it and
I
bringing
haven't
it
done
down.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, all in all, Bill, I think it's a pretty solid game. It's not one that I'm playing, like, consistently. I'm, like, playing in a chunk, maybe, like, once a week or twice a week.
Mhm.
Just if I get bored, I'm playing a little bit of. It's not like Final Fantasy or even how much I played Skyrim straight through. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty deep, too.
Do you think it would be better with auto run?
Yes, it would be better.
Well,
with
it's on my
auto-run.
Gamefly queue. It's the only other one I have on there, so at some point I'll get it soon. I look forward to pimping with your pawns.
And I really wish it had online too. Like if
Yeah,
Kyle
I've
came
heard
into
that.
my game, he would replace one of my pawns.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But it's alright, because I named my pawn after my coworker. I made him a female, and I named him after him.
Yeah, I named my main dude Carl. That's my
Awesome.
character's name.
Awesome.
Carl with a K.
Hell yeah.
I was scrolling through the names and I saw Carl. I'm like, yep, well, that's got to be me. There's
Man.
I forgot that it was a Capcom game, and when I was scrolling through the names, I'm like, M. Bison.
Yeah,
really?
you can pick Ryu or Blanca. Yeah, all in all, I enjoy it.
So that's it. What
That's
you
all you
been
got?
up to? Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Billiam, what you got for my 6, homie?
Well, I'm going to save the one for your discussion.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess the only other thing, I went back and started playing Deus Ex again, Kyle.
Super surprising. What do you think?
Um,
Still hate it?
It's atrocious.
No, I don't hate it. I started reading that Neuromancer book, so it got me in that mindset of all of that.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of going hand in hand there a little bit. And I started playing with a controller. I dropped the difficulty. I threw in a bunch of points on like assault and just started killing everyone and only stealthing when I have to.
Really?
And
Okay.
yeah. So the game is more fun for me in that. So I just walk into an area and just start shooting people. I don't even screw around. I'm punching civilians. Like, I am not to be fucked with.
Did you name your character Nancy?
No. In hindsight, a missed opportunity. But I'm enjoying it more. I'm through the second boss now, if you can call it a boss, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I finished just out of pure... I had no bullets when it happened, so I was just running around the room like a scared little girl, and somehow she ended up dying. I don't know.
Yeah, you can
Game.
use takedowns on them. Like, if you can get up behind them,
Mhm.
you can take them down.
But I don't know. I don't hate it as much, but I'm not playing it the way I was playing the first time. And plus, I think it's a better time for me to playing this game than when it first came out. So
Okay.
You should have said, and also, I've matured.
clearly not.
Did you invest in the Typhoon system at all?
I did. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, that's your boss weapon. Just use that like twice and they're dead.
Because I think I tried using it once and then I didn't have enough battery or something, so I don't know if I have to charge that crap up. Like, there's still a lot of things that I hate about it and that are stupid, but I'm just playing it to finish it out. Like, it's dumb that I can't just hit anyone that I want. That annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah. So
But-
I take it you go for the lethal takedowns? When your arms turn into fucking metal bars and you just go T-1000 on them?
Yeah, I do enjoy that. I love the WWE takedowns of civilians in the street. Like, that never gets old. It's one of the greatest things this gen in a video game. It's so great.
My favorite is the tap on the shoulder and they turn around and you just pop them right in the jaw.
You would like that part, Josh. It's pretty fun. There's just some jerk in the street that's saying something, and you just destroy them for no good reason. It's great.
Just because you can.
And all of the voice stuff in the story and choosing what to say and do. Like, I just stopped trying to be strategic, and now I'm just an asshole about everything. And it's just more fun.
It probably fits that guy's voice much better.
Yeah, he's also a Batman. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think I've probably put another 4 or 5 hours into it over the last week, so
Okay.
hoping tomorrow to rock some more out. But I imagine a finish isn't too far off.
Well, I'm very proud of you, Bill.
Thank you.
You like a neuromancer?
I'm not very far yet. I think they just got to New York with Molly and whatever his boss's name is. I forget now.
Okay.
But that's right where I'm at. I've been reading pretty slowly because I've been playing some games, actually. So I like it thus far, though. And a buddy of mine told me that I should read the collection of short stories that he actually wrote before that.
Yeah,
So
pretty much anything that he does is really good. But the Bridge trilogy by far is one of the best ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I will put that on the queue with the other hundreds. You didn't start Woldo yet?
Jesus fucking Christ, Bill. I read the first short story, and wow. I did not see that ending come. I did not see that ending coming.
So your uncle was right?
Yeah, it's really good.
That might be where I go next instead of anything else. That's where I have on my list of things to do, so we'll see. Sorry, Josh.
Talked
What?
about Burks.
Yeah, well, can't win them all, right?
Yeah,
Hermagerd.
but that's all I've got.
Herper derper. Alright. So, I played Dragon's Dogma and Kyle stole that from me. So, I also played this fine game that Mr. Bill suggested to me. Apparently because I like anime. Called Asura's Wrath.
Animu.
And, yeah, Bill was right. I beat
Yep.
that game because he was right.
Yep.
It's,
And game in quotes, by the way.
yeah, it's basically like an interactive anime.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
to the like, you're a big anime fan as well, or aficionado, Kyle.
Yeah.
What they do, like every 15 minutes to like show like the title screen of the anime, like just take a break, show the title screen, then
Yeah.
do a quick recap. They do that in this as well.
hmm
Like the game is broken up into chapters, so each chapter is an episode.
Okay.
And they end
And
with
so, like-
to be continued.
Yeah, so every 15 minutes they do the
The commercial break.
the commercial break, and then it recaps like a minute prior, and then at the very end of a episode or chapter, they show the credits for who was in that episode and everything else.
Yeah, the game
Really?
like ends 2 separate times as you're playing it. Like the Capcom screen comes up and there's credits and music.
Yeah.
What?
Makes no sense. Yeah.
A couple of times I was like, did I finish this?
Yeah. It's a train wreck.
But it's an amazing train wreck.
Yeah.
Like,
Holy shit.
So
the
is it-
presentation,
Is it bad or is it just really good?
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just, it just oozes charm and presentation, really. That's
It's-
all it is.
Beautiful. Like they spent so much time in making sure that everything just looks great.
Yeah.
Just, oh wow.
And it's hard to tell you really what type of game it is because there's so many different types of gameplay elements in it. So like one time it's like a God of War game where you're fighting a group of enemies, And then the next one, it becomes like a shoot 'em up where you're shooting guys that are flying towards you. Because, like in Dragon Ball Z, you're flinging your arms forward and fireballs are coming out of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You do that.
It does that. And
Sometimes in space, sometimes on the ground, sometimes on rocket bikes.
Yeah, and then like if they shoot a missile at you, you press triangle and you grab a missile and you throw it back at them.
Is it PS3,
there's no-
Xbox?
Yeah,
Xbox?
either
It's
or.
both.
There's no game world. Like, there's no walking around and exploring. You'll get thrown into these, like, little, like, arenas, basically, to fight guys. Or
Okay.
just, like, you're standing in front of a scene shooting stuff. Like, that's the only time you're doing those things. There is no platforming, walking around world. There's none of that.
Yeah.
You basically are doing those sections to fill up your power bar. And when you do, that initiates the next section and you move farther in the story.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a game that's all about progressing the story. There is no adventuring whatsoever. And like the gist of it is you're a demigod and you were fucked over, basically.
It really is the Japanese God of War.
Yeah.
It's
Except with more gameplay styles.
yeah.
And a lot crazier presentation. The presentation is really what's going to hook you in. By like chapter 2, you're going to be like, holy shit, this is amazing.
So what have you played it on? Are you playing it on the Xbox or the PS3?
I played it on the PS3. I think, Bill, you played it on the Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
runs
complaints
fine
about either system, or they both equally
There,
good?
there were some frame rate dips for me, but
Really?
that's because there was so much going on. And it was only like once in a great while.
That may have happened to me, and I just may not have noticed it,
Yeah.
which is probably the case.
But I mean, if you like fighting gigantic enemies and doing crazy things that make absolutely no sense, like fighting off a giant
Turtle.
evil turtle with no arms that you have, like you have no arms.
Yeah, your arms got ripped off, and there's a whole boss fight where you don't have arms.
What?
I think I can tell him about this. Can I tell him about the sword section?
You have to tell them about the sword
So-
section.
This is kind of spoilery, but it doesn't really matter because there's so much other cool shit. But you're fighting this guy on the moon, Carl. And
And he's kind of your master as well. He's the one that
Yeah.
trained you.
yeah, he's your sensei. And he takes out his sword and like thrusts it at you, and the sword just starts growing in length, right? So it stabs through your chest, and that thing is still just growing like a mother. And suddenly he picks you up off of the moon face, and the sword's still growing, and he jumps off the moon. Sword's still growing, and you're jumping and flying towards the earth, and the sword hits and then inevitably blows through the backside of the planet, and you're still stuck on this sword, and he comes and slams you into the ground. That's the kind of shit that happens all of the time.
So the sword pierced through you, went through the
Yeah.
earth, and then he finally came down and landed on top of you while the sword was in the earth.
Yep.
This is almost as ridiculous as robots assigned the size of the universe throwing galaxies at each other.
Yeah, well, and like it does the whole Dragon Ball Z thing where it pans out and shows the planet, and like it shows the sword like going through and then like through the solar system.
There's lots of that Dragon Ball where you'll get hit with something and you'll see this streak of light on a vector off the face of the planet. Shit like that happening. Like, I want them to make a Dragon Ball Z game, like you said, abridged, but it would be so fucking awesome.
Like,
Oh my god.
I actually want an anime with this, like, to happen like this game.
Yes.
How ridiculous this is? Gurren Lagann. Once you get past like the
that
first
sucks.
5 episodes, is this ridiculous?
That's a terrible anime. So this is just an awesome game.
Well,
And
I've added it
you
to my Gamefly queue.
Yeah, everybody needs to play this. Like, don't pay $60 for it because it's technically not a game. It's there's a lot of quick time events and everything else, but none of it.
Oh, Josh, why did you say that?
No.
Well, no, it makes sense with how
None of them
plays.
really matter though. Like, you don't get punished for not
Yeah.
doing it.
I never died once. I don't even know what happens if you do. Like, they're all just kind of part of how you do. You're playing the cutscenes, and that's why it's okay. It's not like, you have a normal action game, and then a QTE comes up and it screws you over. QTEs are the game in sections, large sections. But it's cool because you're doing all of these stressful things, and it actually kind of works.
Yeah, like that video that I uploaded to YouTube when I was streaming the game. Like, you're crushing one of the guys in a spaceship with your 6 arms. And it's just amazing.
You grow 6 arms sometimes, Kyle.
Yeah. And
Just
sometimes you're fighting
sometimes.
without arms.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's on my queue, but you said QuickTime events, so I immediately have prejudice against it.
They're not bad because they don't hinder you. Like, you just press it and move on, and if you don't, it pops back up. Type thing.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. And it's generally always the same buttons. It's not like, this time you need to press triangle, this time you need to press square. It's always like, for this type of interaction, press circle.
If you were playing in an adventure game, it's annoying, Kyle. But since this is the game, which is you're just watching an anime and you get to kind of interact, it's completely fine. I don't like them either, but it didn't bother me at all with this game.
It's so good. I want another one right now.
And the music, did you love the music? I didn't want to say that to you, but the music's kind of awesome sometimes.
The music is kind of awesome. Yeah, and you need to play it with Japanese voices as well. Because it just, like, enhances the craziness. Because, like, they're yelling. And I just picture the Japanese guy being, like, 150 pounds wet.
Yeah, just screaming in the microphone.
Yeah.
Screaming.
The section, though, where you did get to play as the other guy was awesome. I love that other guy.
Yeah, he could almost just have his own game, because he's, with all that blue light and shit that he always has pouring off of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I just need to play this fucking game.
And it's really only like a 6-hour game, to be honest with you. 6 or 8 hours at most.
Yeah. Because there are no saves, they're just episodes. Like, if you don't play to the end of the episode, you'll just have to start that one over the next time you come back. But they're all pretty short.
20 minutes at most.
Yeah. And it's just out of hand and nonsense. And, like, the final boss battle, I know there's some kids that had fucking seizures from that thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, because I almost got a little sick, because it was just, oh, my eyes, Jesus Christ.
I can't say enough amazing things about, like, how, like, I needed this game right now. I needed it, because it was just so over the top and stupid. It was amazing. And how Bill found it, I don't know.
I remember watching the trailer video like a few E3s back, and like, wow, that looks awesome. I didn't know what it was, but it looks really neat, because he's just mad at everything all of the time, and just because Kyle, I don't want to say that. That might be spoilery. Never mind.
Basically, you're the Japanese version of you and Outlaws combined.
So he's just bitter
angry,
and
but loves baked goods.
It's called Asura's wrath. That's your power, is your wrath. Like, Kyle, I'm just going to tell you, 'cause who cares? But you, like, die for real in the game at 2 separate points, and you come back, like, thousands of years later. Like, the first time, 12,000 years pass, and another time, something like that.
What?
But, like, there's one section where, like, after you lose, he just throws you in some lava, and so then, you're in the underworld, and when you come back, like, they had built a shrine around this rock, and all the planet and the landscape is different, and, like, there's this stone figure of you in the rock that they've turned into, like, a shrine, because that's where the lava had inevitably worn down, and you kind of came out of the face of the rock all these thousands of years later. It's awesome.
That sounds fantastic.
This is the greatest thing ever.
It's so dumb, but so great.
Do you go behind the scenes at all?
No.
No, I wish you could. I wish that was on the disc. Because I would watch like an hour or 2 hour thing of just them making this game and discussing
They just have these
shit.
smiles on, and they're all happy about the nonsense
They're all
that they're
just
making.
drunk and high making this.
This will put you over. This will put you over the edge, Kyle. Like, there's a DLC. I sent it back. I didn't buy it because I think I'm just gonna get the game cheap sometime, and then I'll play the DLC. But one of the DLC, like Ryu from Street Fighter, morphs into your universe, and there's a Street Fighter game where you fight him.
What?
Yeah.
It's a Capcom game, so.
Yeah. Makes no sense. It's complete nonsense.
And you get to fight Akuma as well. He's in there, too.
Yep. Because, like, you finish the game, and if you didn't get enough special ratings you have to get, like, 5 special ratings to unlock the final real ending chapter, which I didn't do, but I'll go back down the line and when I actually buy this and do all that shit.
Okay.
It's really good. It was fun. I couldn't take the smile off my face. I played it with my surround sound just jacked, and, like, frames are shaking on my walls, and I just couldn't quit smiling at times, because it's just a spectacle. That's what they made, a playable spectacle.
Barely playable.
Well,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
barely playable.
Super interested in this game.
Oh, I always feel like Bill was like, dude, it's like Dragon Ball Z on crack, and you will love it. And I was like, oh shit, I do love anime.
I do like Dragon Ball. Because it's like all of the cool shit from Dragon Ball Z, if they cut out all of the talking and the drama, and it was just the cool scenes, that's pretty much the whole game.
Without the 4 episodes of powering up as well.
Yeah. Because when this guy gets pissed, Kyle, things
He
go
loses
down.
his arms.
Yeah, things go down.
Wait, he
I think
gets
they're-
so angry his arms fall off?
Well, he gets so angry he grows them, but because of the situations he puts himself in, they get broken off or ripped off, and because I think they're robots, but not because I don't know. He's a robot, but he had a kid with some chick, so I don't even know how that works.
Yeah.
But
He could be a
he's a
cyborg.
demigod. Yeah, maybe.
He's I don't know, something about using the people on the planet to power their abilities and all. I don't know. It's nonsense. It's pure nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You need to play it right now. Go buy it right now.
It's pretty fun because like the enemies make no sense what they are.
You're a
It's
giant
just
turtle.
What?
well, they're just like they're creatures that have like these big bloody vein things all over them, and they're it's evil basically.
The point is the planet is fighting off the humans or something that are living on it. The planet doesn't want to be inhabited or something, and so it became evil. And
yeah.
just saying that makes me feel funny.
Uh-huh.
And so it's creating creatures to attack the human race. And so these demigods that have these powers are fighting the planet to protect people.
Mm-hmm. And they're stealing, inevitably, when he comes back these thousands of years later, their ultimate plan is to collect enough human souls to create some sort of ultra weapon to end the evil. But by doing so, classic story, they became evil themselves. All that shit. It's great.
Yeah.
I really need to play this game.
You do.
That end section, though, Josh, like the last two chapters, it was just over the top. Just
Nonsense.
explosions and craziness and space battles and spaceships and madness.
Swords going through planets. Breasts. There were breasts.
Oh, yeah, you get an achievement for checking out this girl's breasts at like a bathhouse.
What?
And then when you try and grab them, you get another one because your sensei busts your ass. Yep. There's a
So
whole
good.
level where, like, the guy, he's not really your enemy. He just likes to fight. He's probably the best character. And so, like, before that happens, he just takes you to, like, a big spa. And you drink sake and get too drunk.
And then he's like, okay, it's time to fight.
On the fucking moon, because that's where he kicks you. From the planet to the moon.
And then he pierces you back to the planet.
It's good.
I want to play this again right now.
You'll just have a smile. As long as you know going in, it's not an adventure game. It's barely a game. It's just an experience to have fun with. You won't be able to not smile most of the time.
All right, I'm not even going to talk about anything else that I have. I'm good.
Yeah. I hope... I don't know how well it sold. I would just... It's kind of like, remember when Heavy Rain came out, and I said so many times, I wish a lot of people would take this and make other style of games with it. I want more of this, just with different stories, different universe. Like, it was just fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Some other anime creator needs to do this.
Yep.
License it out.
So good. All right, Kyle, why don't you tell them how they get in contact with us? Please
Jesus
don't lose your arms.
You can contact us via Twitter. You can contact the podcast at Critical Strike, Josh at Nastro, myself at KR Dumond, and Bill at Billy Bill Black. You can leave us a voicemail at 909-C-Strike or 909-278-7453, or you can shoot us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
Yep. And hit Platform Nation for the fanboys, Video Game Jocks, Critical Strike, For Your FOI, Double KO's not on there, but we'll count them, Rumble Pack, and the Gamers Pub.
Go to Platform Nation to listen to the podcast that you're listening to now.
Yeah.
Dumbhead. Also, leave us an iTunes review. We really appreciate it. And play Asura's Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yes.
All right, goodbye.